Hey, good morning. We're about 7 minutes after 6, and a balmy morning, hanging around 30 degrees. Temperatures are going to be dropping this weekend, though, after a couple of days of warm weather. We'll get into the details, as it's brought to you this time around by Manchester Brick Materials, where they offer crushed stone and ledge products. We will rock you at Manchester Brick Materials in East Drygate, and also at 596 Crossroad in Waterford.
Is part of your property too tough to mow, or do you need a new driveway, or must fix your old one? Ask Manchester Brick Materials for a quote today. Plus for topsoil, erosion stone, riprap, and stay mat. Plus crushed stone products from 3/4 inch plant mix up to 5 inches. Manchester Brick Materials will deliver or load it for you. 6:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. weekdays, 7 a.m. to 12 noon Saturdays, or by appointment. We will rock you with competitive pricing and estimates. Call 802-633-4122.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast for this evening, rain likely, then changing to snow late tonight while diminishing, lows in the mid to upper 20s. Partly to mostly sunny but cold on Friday, chance of a morning snow shower, blustery, valley highs in the low to mid 30s. For Saturday, partly cloudy, still cold, valley highs in the upper 20s to lower 30s, winds north to northwest gusting to 15. I'm meteorologist Lawrence Hayes for WYKR.
All right, Lawrence, thank you very much. 8 minutes after 6:30 is the temperature, and we're not expecting it to get too warm today. Actually, the temperatures will be falling off. And there you have it, the updated weather. It's brought to you by Manchester Brick Materials. Be sure to call Darcy at 802-633-4122 to line up your projects. Manchester Brick Materials has 2 convenient locations locally at 596 Crossroad, Waterford, Route 5 North in East Drygate.
Hi, it's Chelsea from Wise, and this is our 10th year producing Wise Words. Today, Emma, a sophomore from Hartford High School, is sharing Wise Words.
Relationships and sexual violence is a topic that many of us don't want to think or talk about. It makes us uncomfortable, and rightfully so. But if we don't talk about it, we can't stop it, and it doesn't make it easy for the survivors. When people can't talk about their experiences, they feel alone and can't get the support they need. Often, when we know someone has been hurt, we want to help, but we aren't sure what to do. We may be afraid we'll say or do the wrong thing and make it worse. There are simple things we can do to show our support. We can listen without judging, we can believe them, we can tell them they didn't deserve it and it wasn't their fault. We can ask them how we can help. What are some ways you can show your support?
These Wise Words are supported by the Hypertherm Hope Foundation, a proud sponsor of Wise and our goal to end violence, share hope, and change lives.
Red Sox win Game 1 of the season, 3-0 in Cincinnati, and it was winning pitcher Garrett Crochet. Impressive? 6 shutout innings, 8 strikeouts. Alex Cora.
He did an amazing job using all his pitches. That last inning started with a walk, and then he just found it back and finished strong and gave us a chance, for the offense to cash in. Just have to grind with them.
Alex Cora. Ceddanne Rafaela, Darren Duran, Trevor Story drove in the runs, but this game belonged to Garrett Crochet.
As far as opening days go, this has been the coolest one I've been a part of. You could tell baseball means a lot to this town. There was some trash talk in the bullpen, but it was just the energy all game. The fans were very into it. So it's easy to let them supply the emotion in that situation.
Garrett Crochet, Red Sox 3, Cincinnati 0. Sox bullpen, 3 innings pitched, allowed just 1 base hit. There is no game today.
We get ready to do our update, as we have been doing for many, many years. Every couple of weeks, we check in with Winston Oakes, the owner of Budget KB, Budget Lumber, right there in North Haverhill. Winston, how you doing this morning?
Doing good.
All right. I mentioned Budget KB. Before we get into some other things that are happening under the historic water tower, what's going on at Budget KB in North Haverhill?
Well, of course, that's the part of the operation is going to stay going. She's full tilt at the moment. She's got a nice showroom with 50 vanities on right on the floor and all kinds of tops. And the kitchen business is, starting to perk up now, mostly because of the weather. And that business will stay going. long after
kind
budget lumber's gone.
So kind of like two businesses under the historic water tower. You got Budget Lumber, which you've been working on since midsummer last year. You're slowly working the process of shutting that down. Retirement comes in a hurry, doesn't it, Winston?
Well, I don't know.
Kinda,
yeah. But retirement's, I guess, what you make of it. But,
yeah.
We've been pretty happy here for a long time. So.
Yeah. All right. So let's find it. Go ahead.
We got a lot of stuff still, and we're going to stay open till it's sold.
Mm-hmm.
So if people kind of wonder, how much time have I got? Well, when it gets down to, nitty gritty, then we'll do something else. But we're going to keep on selling it till the stuff is gone. And, we got a fair amount of inventory still. Probably got a couple thousand interior doors still in stock, and 3.0 exterior doors have been picked out pretty good, but we still got quite a few pieces of doors that we've accumulated from salvage and misorders and stuff like that. So there is some 3.0s here. The 2.8s are pretty good shape. Still a lot of fiberglass, and we can put glass in them or whatever. If you pick a door as solid and you want to have glass in it, we can still do that, because our door shop is still full tilt.
We got
a lot of odd stuff. I got 16 squares of white composite siding that we've had for some time, and it's really cheap. So if you want a really nice siding and you like white, come down and take a look at it.
All right. You say come down and take a look at it. So what are your hours?
Hours are still 8 to 4, Monday through Friday.
Got it. All right. So let's talk about special orders, because you're still doing that, Winston.
Oh yeah, no, we were in roofs already, and I put in 2 orders of trusses already, and windows. There's a bunch of windows coming from Silverline, and we can do interior doors and roofing and about anything you normally would order in a lumber yard. We're still doing that.
Yeah.
And we'll keep doing it till we close the door for sure.
Certainly. Yeah, so as we talk with Winston every couple of weeks, focusing our attention on Budget Lumber, which is what they're working on liquidating. But Budget KB, which is the kitchen and bath, that's going to continue indefinitely.
It will.
Okay, good. All right. So Winston mentioned the hours, of course, the special orders. Maybe a little bit more detail in regard to that, because I noticed in the paper you're still doing that full tilt, as you said.
Yeah, I mean, steel roofing is almost always a special order anyway, because of the colors, and it's cut to size and everything. So almost every order it goes in is a special order.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll be doing that. We still have a full range of suppliers for even pallets of insulation or units of lumber or units of pine. Anything you can think of that you might want a unit of, come check us out, because we can give you a pretty good price on that kind of stuff.
Okay, so weekend warriors, and a lot of us nowadays can do stuff by ourselves. What's a unit? What's a unit stand for?
Well, it's usually a unit of 2x4s is somewhere around 280 pieces.
Mm-hmm.
2x6 16s, 180 pieces. In pine, it's 1,000 board feet,
mm-hmm.
which is about 2,000 linear feet if it's 6-inch. So, but and sometimes it's smaller units. Even like we got an order of 6x6 20s, 92 of them
mm-hmm.
for a job, and so we can order those in too.
Okay. So when they put an order in, that means they're taking the whole unit, the whole lot.
Yeah, take the whole unit. When it comes in here, we take it off the truck and set it right back on yours.
Okay. All right. Now, you store a lot of your lumber over the years. If somebody's building maybe not for a few months, and they take it home, is there a certain way they can store it so that it doesn't go bad?
Yeah, most everything in the units are going to be covered anyway with covers
and strapped.
And if you're going home, just go home and cut a piece of poly or plastic and lay it on top and staple it around the edges, and God will sit there for a year.
It'll be okay. Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, so Yeah, order in advance because prices, they fluctuate too, right, Winston?
Well, prices this fuel thing is not going to be good for any of us, because all this lumber and windows and floors and doors and plywood all comes on a truck. And,
yeah.
You get up around $7 a gallon for diesel and maybe more. We're going to start seeing surcharges. And we did see O.S.B spike a little bit. It went up about 80 cents this week. So we're starting to see what the weather's going to do to the pricing, too.
Yeah, well, Winston's been doing this a long time. Good advice available at Budget Lumber, Budget KB in North Haverhill under the historic water tower. All right, Winston, we do this every couple of weeks. It doesn't look like you're shutting down anytime soon, so we'll roll into...
I think it'll be warm weather.
Okay.
We get out of here.
Yeah, that's right. All right, so we'll roll into April. We'll talk in a couple of weeks with another update, all right?
Great.
Thanks for your time.
You're welcome.
That's a conversation I had with Winston a couple of days ago. We'll continue to get updates as he works at getting closer and closer to shutting Budget Lumber down right there in North Haverhill. It's a Friday. I'm Stephen John. It's the last Friday of the month. It's the 27th day of March, 2026, and it is a busy morning here. We'll be checking out the weather momentarily. Shortly after 6:30, chatting with Paul Ordway, PTO's Repair, right there in Fairleigh, and then we have some students in from Woodsville High School promoting their musical, which is coming up. We'll hit the news at 7 o'clock, and then Kevin VanNorden chats to us and you about the Green Mountain Donkey Ball that's coming up this weekend. Steve and Tonya will be in from Batchelder Carpentry between 7 and 7:30, and we have the birthdays at 7:30, and then a conversation with the Fairbanks Museum, and then a conversation with Lauren Nelson from LC Design Concepts, wrapping up our 7 o'clock hour. And a busy 8 o'clock hours with us this morning as well. At 20 after 6, we find out what the weather's like. Compliments of your friends at Wells River Chevrolet, which is part of the Auto Saver Group. As in the Auto Saver Group's Big Deal Plus, comes at no charge with a purchase or lease of every new or used vehicle. Good news from the Autosaver Group's Wells River Chevrolet. Right now, you could get total savings up to $9,000 on the 2026 model year Chevrolet Silverado 1500 LT Crew Cab 4-wheel drive. Wells River Chevy is home of the big deal. Hurry in today or shop online anytime at wellsriverchevy.com. Together, let's drive. Stock number WT26087. Must own a 2012 or newer Chevrolet car, truck, or SUV to qualify. Subject to change. Not available with all offers through March 31st, 2026.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast for today: chance of a morning snow shower, then partly to mostly cloudy but blustery and much colder, with valley highs in the low to mid-30s and northwest winds gusting to 25 miles an hour. Mainly clear and cold tonight, lows around 10 above. Saturday, partly cloudy, valley highs in the upper 20s to lower 30s, north to northwest winds gusting to 15. I'm meteorologist Lawrence Hayes for WYKR.
Thank you, Lawrence. 21 minutes after 6 and 30 degrees. And the warmer temps that we saw during the week are not going to be with us this weekend. Kind of chilly temps in the forecast. We'll keep you updated as we do 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Compliments of our meteorologists and our many sponsors, including Wells River Chevrolet, which is part of the Autosaver Group. Same great people, same great experience. And now the Big Deal Plus. They're on the web at wellsriverchevy.com.
That was Happy Does.
There you go. 29 minutes after 6. It's not bad out, 30 right now, but kind of feels like it's a little chillier than that, around 20 degrees. And I guess it'll continue to be kind of chilly feeling all weekend long. We'll be updating you momentarily on the weather. Do want to remind you, coming up this weekend, there's going to be Jazzy's Children Annual Easter Egg Hunt this Saturday, March 28th. It'll be at Blue Mountain Union School, starting at 11 a.m. sharp. 3 different sections to hunt. There'll be baby toddler, 4 to 6 years old, 7 to 12 years old, and there will be Easter buckets that will be provided. And there are many other things happening this weekend, so as the morning progresses, we'll be updating you on those. Moments away from a conversation with Paul Ordway at PTO's Repair in Fairleigh, and then we'll have some students in here from Woodsville High School talking about their musical, which is coming up. Right now, though, it's 6:30. We take a look at the weather forecast. Heading into the weekends, being brought to you by St. Johnsbury Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, which is part of the Autosaver Group, where every deal comes with a Big Deal Plus. It's It's a 2-year unlimited schedule maintenance plan, which includes free state inspections for life.
Holy schmoly, it's Matt LeCuyer from the Autosaver Group, St. Johnsbury Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. There's always something exciting happening at St. Johnsbury Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, and there's never been a better time to stop in and see what's on the lot. We've got new Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram models arriving regularly, plus a strong selection of dependable pre-owned vehicles for every driver. Whether you want capability, comfort, style, or power, our team is here to help you find the vehicle that's right for you. And with our service department ready to help with maintenance and repairs, we're here to help you before, during, and after the sale. St. Johnsbury Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, where Vermont comes to drive.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast for today: chance of a morning snow shower, then partly to mostly cloudy but blustery and much colder, with valley highs in the low to mid-30s and northwest winds gusting to 25 miles an hour. Mainly clear and cold tonight, lows around 10 above. Saturday, partly cloudy, valley highs in the upper 20s to lower 30s, north to northwest winds gusting to 15. I'm meteorologist Lawrence Hayes
CBS News
for
Brief.
WYKR.
It is 6:31:30. As you just heard Lauren say, chillier temperatures are in the forecast. And there you have it, the updated forecast heading into the weekend, brought to you by St. Johnsbury Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, which is part of the Autosaver Group. Online at stjohnsburycdjr.com.
Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Visit tremfya.com or call 1-800-526-7736.
All right, let's go and see what's happening in Fairleigh at PTO's Repair. Paul and Kim, the owners, how you doing this morning?
Very good. Thank you. Good morning.
Yeah. So this is our last conversation of the winter season, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah, we rolled into spring. So, yeah. Was it a good year?
Yes, it was very good. Yeah. We did a lot of parts, a lot of repairs and stuff.
All right.
I think I did 25 truck sides. That's just wiring the truck, new mounts and stuff, no plows. And yeah, no, we did really good. I think we did 20 some odd plows, maybe 30 plows and sanders, and we did good.
Yeah. So you've got a deadline and put an order in, don't you?
Yeah, it's going to be coming up here second week in April, sorry. And so we're working on that, our early order, and we'll get some plows and sanders ordered, and we'll see them by June, hopefully, and start getting them together and get them ready to go.
All right, so we would assume that the people that have been plowing for years know how to put their equipment away once the season actually ends. But what about the rookies, the new people this year? What should they know, Paul?
Well, it doesn't hurt to wash the plow. Get some soap and water and wash it down, rinse it down for sure. Get all the salt and all the dirt off it, and lube up the pins and stuff. And if you can, cover the headgear. If you can't put it inside somewhere, cover the headgear. It just keeps the moisture off it, and the sun from fading the headlights and stuff like that.
Yeah, the sunshine will take a beating on it as well.
Oh,
and those hoses in the headlights and stuff, like you just said. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you can cover the headgear, Fisher does have a plow parker. It's like $265, $275, I think, something like that for the plow parker. But just get something covered, and it'll help it. Unless you put them inside.
Yeah, exactly. If you've got the storage area, you can get it inside, that's going to make a big difference, isn't it, Paul?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Try to cover it, the rain, the sunshine, all that. Just it's hard on it.
All right. So you'll go to Maine in July. Is that when you go, June or July?
Yeah, July. Yeah, about the end of July. We have a 2-day class up to Rockland, Maine at one of the factories, and that's where Fisher started, was in Rockland, Maine. And we go up there for a 2-day class on any news coming up, or we just go over stuff. They do a classroom half a day, and then they have what they call a lab, and they have little miniature plows and sanders in there, and they put some bad parts or something, and we go in and figure them out.
Yeah. Are you pretty good at it, Paul?
Yep. I got my master's here a few years ago.
Good for you.
With Fisher, you can do like a master, like similar to automotive. You have 20 minutes to fix the parts, fix the plow, and yeah, I got mine a few years ago, and so yeah, I'm pretty good.
Yeah, good for you. Well, you've been doing it a long time, so I guess you should be, Paul, right?
Yeah. You have to kind of listen. Sometimes the plow is talking to you.
Yeah.
You have to listen to what the pump sounds like, or and that kind of thing, and what the motor sounds like. And it will talk to you sometimes if you listen.
Sure. Yeah,
what's going on.
I've learned over the years not to start tearing stuff apart until you figure out where the problem is.
Yeah. It's
Else you could get yourself in trouble in other areas in a hurry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we have the modules, plow modules, sander module. If we think it's that, we plug a new one on, and hopefully that's it. If not, you go back and do some more tracing and figuring out what's going on.
Over the years, have they made it easier for you guys to work on?
No.
They have? Really?
The sanders themselves have gone the wrong way.
Okay.
Doing a gearbox on the new sanders is harder. We've talked to them about it and said, did you guys even think about changing the gearbox on these?
Good question, right?
You got 1.5 inch room. How do you get that off?
Sure.
So there is a couple ways. It just takes longer. That's all.
All right. Well, they probably aren't in the trenches like you guys are.
No, they're not. They're engineers. They look at it. They build something. They look at that, and they go, "Yeah, that works." But it doesn't. So.
All right. So, Paul, what would you want to say to your listeners and the seasoned plowers as well as the rookies as we wrap up our conversation for the years?
Well, just check over your equipment, clean it up for sure, especially sanders. Get them rinsed down, oil down the bed chain, whatever. If you can cover them up, that's great. Keep the rain and sunshine off them. That would be super. But if you can't, at least get them rinsed down, greased up the bed chains and stuff, like we talked about. Cover the headgears. If there's something wrong with them, make a list or give us a call. We can fix them this summer. And a lot of times we do a lot of service stuff in the fall. That's when you want to change the oil and stuff in your plows. Is in the fall before you get ready to go. Okay. And you're looking for something, give us a call. We talked about early order. If there's something, new sander, a new plow you think you want to do in the fall, give us a call. We'll get on early order now. And there may be a price increase right now. We just had a Zoom meeting the other day. Not 100% sure when that's coming out. Give us a call. We'll get something on order for you, and you have it here in the fall and ready to go.
Okay, as we go to spring and summer, what will your hours be in Fairleigh?
I'm not sure. I'll be there 8 to 5. I'm planning on maybe 2-3 days a week, but give us a call anyways.
Okay.
We can answer the phone or leave a message, and we'll give you a call back.
All right. We'll let them. We'll let them know one way or the other, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I always look forward to our weekly conversations. We'll take a break until next fall and find out what's happening in 26-27, right?
Alrighty.
All right, Paul.
All right. Take care. Everybody have a good weekend.
Thanks, Paul. You too.
All right. Bye.
There you have it. And that'll wrap up our season as we do during the winter months, each and every Friday shortly after 6:30. Chat with Paul. Of course, Paul and Kim, the owners of PTO's Repair, their new location, Route 5 in Fairleigh, just 3.6 miles south of the traffic light right there in Bradford. We're checking out the weather. It's exactly 6:40. It is 30 degrees, and it's compliments of Chief Crushing and Excavation. They are fully insured. They offer land clearing services as well as many other services. Call Chief at 802-584-3868 and line up your projects. Do it today.
Chief Crushing and Excavation, with plenty of products available that can be delivered to you from one of their many nearby Vermont or New Hampshire locations. Products available include sand for septic systems, crushed gravel, topsoil, clay fill, stay mat, ledge, and specialty items such as blue ledge and gravel. Excavation and land clearing services are also available. Chief Crushing and Excavation is fully insured and has the knowledge, know-how, and equipment to get the job done right for you. For quarry operating hours, pricing, and directions, call Chief Crushing and Excavation at 802-584-3868.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast for today, chance of a morning snow shower, then partly to mostly cloudy but blustery and much colder with valley highs in the low to mid-30s and northwest winds gusting to 25 miles an hour. Mainly clear and cold tonight, lows around 10 above. Saturday, partly cloudy, valley highs in the upper 20s to lower 30s, north to northwest winds gusting to 15. I'm meteorologist Lawrence Hayes for WYKR.
Right, there you have it, 641, updated weather. Right now we're hanging around 30 degrees under mostly cloudy skies, but it's going to get kind of chilly this weekend after experiencing a fairly warm weekend that we had last week and a decent week. But I guess as spring arrives, we still have some winter that lingers with us. Updated look at the weather, this time around brought to you by Chief Crushing and Excavation. Call Chief today here in Vermont at 802-584-3868 to line up your projects in the new year. All right. We've been promoting the fact that we'd have a couple of students, which we do bright and early this morning, right before 6:45. How you doing?
We're doing good.
All right, what are your names?
Emily Emerton.
Lila Gordo.
All right, so who got you up so early this morning? I got an email yesterday from Mr. Nichols and said he wanted a couple of students to come in. I did my best to get you guys booked in this morning, so here we are at almost 6:45. School starts when?
8:15.
All right. So what's going on? You're in here for a musical that's coming up?
Yes.
Well,
Right.
we're both in.
All right, so tell us about it. How many people are in it and what your parts are? You can start.
I'm the narrator of it. It's Into the Woods. We have about 30 kids in it involved.
Really? Okay, so when did you start working on this?
Probably in like January, maybe December.
Okay.
That's when we had auditions, and we started rehearsals like a month or two after.
All right, so at least 3 months, 4 months. All
Yep.
right.
Mhm.
So you must have had some talk about it soon after school started last year.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
So where does this come? Where's the idea come from? Student body, teachers? What's the deal?
Our director.
Our director.
Who's the director?
Right
Mr.
there.
Emerton.
Mr. Emerton. All right. Is he your dad?
Yes.
Okay, I figured. So he's the one that booted you out of bed this morning, so we got to get to the radio station.
Yeah.
All right. Did y'all come in the same vehicle?
Yes, we did.
So he's with us. Who's the other person?
That's my brother.
Okay, good. So you got a support system going on.
Yes, we did.
All right. So tell us more about the musical. When is it going to happen? More than one performance, all that fun stuff.
It's going to be on the 2nd and 3rd of April at 7 o'clock.
It'll be at our high school, Woodsville High School, and it's a $5 admission fee.
Okay.
Yep. And it's about a bunch of fairy tales. They come together. So a baker and his wife, they have to collect different artifacts from these fairy tales in order to break a curse and have a child.
Okay. So how long is the show typically, this one?
Probably about an hour.
Oh, that's not bad. Okay.
No. A little
And $5
over that.
to get in, you said?
Yep.
This will be in the community building?
At
No,
the
the high
Woodsville
school.
High School. Well, yeah.
Okay, good. All right. So want to talk about some of the other cast members?
Yeah.
Well, we have our baker.
Gotta
and our
give them
baker's
credit
wife.
too, right?
Yeah, they're the leads of the show. They're played by Andrea Rainville and Brogan Gaffey. We've all been doing theater since our 6th or 7th grade.
Okay.
Yeah. Since the first year that we started.
What year are you in school?
We're
both
freshmen.
9th graders.
Okay.
And they're sophomores.
Okay. Wow, you've come a long way then.
Yeah.
So you've got a bright future at Woodsville. So what's next year's? Going to have a musical next year as well?
Yes.
For sure.
This is a musical then, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
So
we
you've
do
got,
plays and musicals every
You
year.
got band members and all that stuff involved?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would think having a musical as well as the play part of it would be more work to it. Is there? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so why so? Tell us about that. Why is there more? I mean, it's going to be more dynamic, but I would think it would be a lot harder to put it together.
Well, yeah, it's just because you have to have people that are good at singing and acting.
Exactly.
And you have to take that into account. It's just a lot harder because someone can be... And you have to have a large crew that can move in the right amount of time to make room for all of the songs.
Sure. So you've got support staff behind the people that are singing and also acting this out too. Because you got
Yes.
props probably that are coming and going.
Yep.
Yep.
We have our stage crew. We have
Our stage manager, Cadence Hunter, she's amazing. Then we have my brother, who's also in charge of the tech crew.
So what year is he?
He's a senior in
Okay,
high school.
I gotta lose him. You guys still have a few years left. So who's going to
Yeah.
step into his big shoes?
Probably one of the crew people. who
Okay,
works
he'll find
behind.
somebody, right?
We'll find
But
someone.
no, he'll almost as good as him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So what are your future endeavors? What do you plan on doing? I know you're early career in high school, but I'm sure you've got some ideas where you want to go.
I want to go into medicine.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay, what type? There's lots of fields.
I want to be a surgeon.
A surgeon?
Yeah.
Really? So where would you go to college for that?
Dartmouth, but that's a stretch. But
Just down the road.
yeah, it's not too far from home.
Okay. Are there certain requirements to get into Dartmouth?
Good test scores, taking harder classes, involved in a lot of activities, lots of leadership opportunities.
So do you start dialogue talking with Dartmouth now?
We actually had a Dartmouth College rep come to our high school, and we talked to them
Okay.
a couple of months ago.
All right. What about you?
I want to go into the film industry.
Okay. Kind of coincides with what you're doing right now then.
Yeah, like making art and drawing and
So where would you go to do that? Are you starting to look at schools yet?
Well, my brother, he also wants to go into the film industry, and I've kind of gone with him to look at schools.
All right.
There's some good schools in Florida, some in Boston. There's obviously some good ones in New York and California, so.
Mm-hmm. All right. So you're starting to do your research now.
Yes.
And Big Brother's helping as well.
Yeah.
And Dad's helping. All right. It's good. All right. So let's just go over the musical again. When, how much it costs, and all that stuff again. Let's do that.
It's on the 2nd and 3rd of April at 7 o'clock. It costs $5 to get in, and it's at Woodsville High School.
Okay. So that's not this weekend. It's next weekend.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. You? Any final comments?
Please come to the show. It'll be a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, appreciate you coming in early. I would have had you come in a little bit later, but I'm like super booked this morning.
It's all right.
Will it be recorded so people can see it on the internet eventually, or can't you do anything like that?
No,
It
it won't be recorded.
So if you don't come and see it live, then
It's your last chance.
it's your last chance. Do you have any idea what next year might be?
No.
I have some ideas.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you have
He always
anything you
has
want to
some
say,
ideas.
Mr. Emerton?
I'm good. I think they're doing an awesome job.
Okay. Well, thanks for your hard work.
Thank you.
And yours too. All right. And thanks for coming in early this morning.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you.
us.
Good luck with the musical. What's it called again?
Into the Woods.
Into the Woods. All right. Sounds like fun.
Thank you.
Good luck. All right, 6:48 here at WYKR. We'll take a break for a minute or so. Be back with another look at the weather.
If you owe back taxes.
Wow, those students do a great job, and they're young. What they say, freshman and sophomore, I believe, at Woodsville High School with their musical coming up. Not this weekend, but next weekend. So I'm sure there's more details online if you check out Woodsville High School. It is 6:50. It's a Friday. It's the last Friday of the month. Today is the 27th day of March, 2026, and it's a busy Friday here at your country, WYKR. We'll be hitting the 7 o'clock news in just a few minutes, actually in 10 minutes. We'll come out of that chatting with Kevin VanNorden. He's going to be promoting the Green Mountain Donkey Ball that's coming up this weekend. And then Steve and Tonya from Batchelder Carpentry will be chatting with us after we talk with Kevin to find out what's happening in the world of carpentry and beyond. Right now, though, we're taking a look at the weather again, and it's being brought to you by Farmway in Bradford, where they have their Pandora Jewelry Refresh and Restyle event that has been going on at Farmway. So they invite you to stop in and check out all of the Pandora jewelry that they have there, as well as they transition from winter into spring. They have got you covered no matter what the weather is at Farmway. They're also online, by the way, at VermontGear.com. In Bradford, Farmway invites you to shop their in-stock Lazy Boy furniture. Farmway has plenty of styles and colors to choose from, something to fit everybody, including pet-friendly fabrics. Check the prices. You won't be disappointed. Shop in a friendly, no-pressure atmosphere. And if you don't see it, Farmway can order it. Delivery and removal is available. Just ask about the rates. At Farmway, they take immense pride in offering a wide selection of top-quality brands in footwear, clothing, camping, and hunting gear, furniture, and gifts. Shop locally in Bradford at Farmway.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast for today, Chance of a morning snow shower, then partly to mostly cloudy but blustery and much colder with valley highs in the low to mid-30s and northwest winds gusting to 25 miles an hour. Mainly clear and cold tonight, lows around 10 above. Saturday, partly cloudy, valley highs in the upper 20s to lower 30s, north to northwest winds gusting to 15. I'm meteorologist Lawrence Hayes for WYKR.
Thank you, Lawrence. 6:53, 30 is the temp, and not expected to warm up too much, as you heard Lawrence say, kind of a chilly weekend as we go flip-flopping back and forth as we go from winter to slowly into spring. More details when we chat with Mark Breen shortly after 7:30 this morning, live from the Fairbanks Museum and Planetarium. Meanwhile, this weather has been a service of Farmway in Bradford. They're open Monday through Saturday, 8:30 to 5:30, Fridays until 8, and they are closed Sunday and major holidays. They're also online at VermontGear.com, and as we go from winter into spring and summer, they have got you covered no matter what the weather is at Farmway.
Hi, it's Kevin again from Crosstown Motors in Littleton, New Hampshire. Mud season is closing in fast with melting snow. But if you're behind the wheel of a trail-rated Jeep Wrangler or Jeep Gladiator, you're ready for anything. And now is the perfect time to claim yours with our Declaration of Deals sales event. Lease a new 2026 Jeep Wrangler Sahara starting at $429 per month for 36 months. That's 7,500 miles per year with zero cash down. Or step up to the new 2026 Jeep Gladiator Mojave starting at $559 per month for 39 months. 7,500 miles per year, also with zero down. Head to Crosstown Motors, your Jeep headquarters in Littleton.
Based on stock number J26015. Total mileage allowance 22,500 miles. 30 cents per mile over. Stock number J26026. Total mileage allowance 24,375 miles. 30 cents per mile over. First payment due at signing. Tax, title, and registration extra. Must have Stellantis brand vehicle in household to qualify. Crosstown Motors, where adventure begins.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast for today, chance of a morning snow shower, then partly to mostly cloudy but blustery and much colder with valley highs in the low to mid-30s and northwest winds gusting to 25 miles an hour. Mainly clear and cold tonight, lows around 10 above. Saturday, partly cloudy, valley highs in the upper 20s to lower 30s, north to northwest winds gusting to 15. I'm meteorologist Lawrence Hayes for WYKR.
All right, Lawrence, thanks a lot. There you have it. Updated weather, hanging around 30 under mostly cloudy skies, and the temperature is going to go the other way. Unfortunately, it's going to be dropping this weekend, as Lawrence just said. We'll get more details on that when we chat with Mark shortly after 7:30 this morning, our live conversation with him from the Fairbanks Museum. Meanwhile, this weather, a service of your friends at Crosstown Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat in Littleton, home of the Big Deal. Steve and Tonya are with us. They've got some big deals going on as well. Right?
Hey, how's it going?
Good morning.
This is different.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
Usually you guys kind of pre-record with Joshua.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I guess he got lazy and stuck you guys in here live with me this morning, bright and early.
That's right.
Let's throw him under the bus a little bit.
That's right. Yeah.
And, so what's up for you guys?
So what's up for us?
Where are you working nowadays, and what are your projects as we kind of go from winter to spring?
Yeah, right now we're subbing for a bigger construction outfit, does commercial construction. We're trying to get started with some spring outside projects, but with the weather jumping back into the cold, it's hard to get started doing siding and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for you guys must be a constant, set of adjustments, because summertime it's probably some days are too hot, right? And then your projects in the winter, you can't work outside, so you got to transition to inside.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not the greatest or easiest, but we make do.
Yeah,
that's right.
And you have to work with your customers.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
Right? And
Yeah.
they get impatient.
They do at times. Most of them are pretty understanding, but you occasionally come across the one that's like, I don't care if it's freezing cold outside. I still want you to do my vinyl siding. And it's like, well, we can, but we're going to break it all to heck.
Yeah. Are you in pretty good shape heading into spring and summer?
We are. We actually got a fair amount of work lined up.
We do.
So what about lining up work? I mean, you're still looking to
we are
book
still
people,
looking,
I assume.
We are. But right now, it's like we talk about it with Josh all the time, is plan ahead, plan early, because if you reach out to us right now about replacing your windows, we're already looking into work in beginning of July right now. So it ain't it'll be after that when we get to you at this point.
So what about doors and windows and being able to get product?
Doors and windows, getting product. Windows are usually 6 to 8 weeks out right now, depending on where you get them from or
But that's 2 months, almost 2 months then.
Yeah. Correct. Yeah.
Right.
So like
Yeah.
if you want, you call us right like yesterday and say, hey, I want my windows replaced. It's going to be 2 months from the time we talk to the time we get them to be able to put them in. Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Are there some projects you don't like to tackle? Do you do roofing?
We don't do roofing.
There you go.
So yeah, we don't.
We're not falling off roofs anytime soon here.
No. The whole roofing thing it's a little bit different. There's more insurance involved. A lot of people don't realize that. Not just for fall purposes of insurance, but also property damage, personal property. If we don't have the proper coverage, which I don't because I don't do roofing, if we did some roofing and then it leaked and ruined your drywall, then ruined your bed and your dresser and your grandma's 30-year-old trunk, like that opens up a whole different kind of words for liability insurance. And that's a lot of people don't realize that's why roofing, a part of the reason why roofing is so expensive. It's not just the product, not just the time you're paying for it. They got to cover their insurance as well.
Yeah, things we don't know.
Right.
I mean, any business has all those hidden costs.
Correct.
Right.
You know, we don't know about your business. They don't know about this business.
Correct.
The roofer's business.
Yeah.
Oil business, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, we have our own insurance for what we do, but we don't have the roofing in. I don't want it because I don't want to be a roofer.
So what's he keep you busy doing, Tonya?
Personally, I say I do everything, and he just...
There you go.
That's right, yeah. We have some customers that say that, too. No, she's really good at keeping me in line with everything from billing to where tools are and where I might have left them or picked them up. And she's very helpful at reminding me about all that stuff.
Yeah, as you're transitioning on the site from one thing to the next, sometimes that can be confusing.
It is. You know, and there's times she has to run after material or she's got to get price in because I'm busy finishing up something she can't do or vice versa. So it's really good.
I do as much as I can, just as much as Steve does.
Yeah. A lot of people, they don't realize it. We get on the job site, they kind of look at her and they're like, what's she gonna do? Until they see her running the saws and the nail guns and climbing the ladders and they're like, oh.
There you go. Yeah. So what's it like putting quotes together? Because the price structure is really fluctuating right now with oil and gas prices.
I'm glad you asked that, actually. So pricing can be very tricky in the carpentry world, so to speak, because you get a customer calls you up, say, hey, can you give me an estimate on building a new deck? Well, an estimate is different than a detailed price. So a lot of companies do free estimates. We do free estimates as well. But when you get into bigger projects, you're talking at least $2,000 and above. Yeah. What I like to do is schedule a consultation with you. We do charge a consultation fee for that. But with that consultation fee, you get a detailed invoice of all the products, the prices. You get the time frame it's going to take us. And then if you choose to go with us, that consultation fee gets deducted from the total price. If you don't go with us, we keep that consultation fee to cover our time for doing the detailed invoice. 'Cause
time is money.
A detailed price is different than an estimate, and some people get the two confused, in my opinion, because you go give an estimate and then it's like $400 more for whatever reason because they changed something on a railing. So that's the estimate side of things. Okay. And then they're like, well, you estimated this price, and they try to hold you to it. Well, an estimate is different than an actual price or bid, I like to say. So,
you get, wow.
The prices fluctuate a lot for that. And, it, again, depending on where you get the materials, we work with lots of lumber yards, lots of providers for different products. And so we're able to try to be somewhat flexible with the customers as well.
All right, best way to contact you then. People are thinking about contacting you for a quote or whatever the case might be, and it's not going to be until later this spring, summer.
Right. You can email us at vtcarpenter.com. That's our website, or info@vtcarpenter.com. Right. Or you can give a call at
802-793-3071.
Batchelder Carpentry in your local.
That's correct.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Right. Footprint, how far?
We work everywhere from Stark, New Hampshire to Rutland, Vermont so far.
All right.
Yeah.
So if there's worth our time to go down there and do it without driving the cost up for travel. Yeah.
The further we'll take a look at it.
Yeah, the further we go, we got to cover our gas, and if we got to stay out of town and stuff like that. So that gets built into the job, but obviously it wouldn't make sense for us to go to Rutland and change a doorknob. So.
Right.
Well, good luck with it.
Yeah,
Well,
thanks.
Thank you.
Live in the studio.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Steve and Tonya, Batchelder Carpentry.
Yes.
Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for being with us early this morning. All right, 14 minutes after 7. We'll take another break here. As we just said, we chatted with Batchelder Carpentry. In a few minutes, we'll be chatting with Kevin VanNorden. He'll give us an update as to what's happening with Green Mountain Donkey Ball. Around 7:30, we check birthdays and anniversaries. We come out of that chatting live with the Fairbanks Museum and Planetarium. That's Brothers Osborne, a song they did well with just a few years ago. It's called 21 Summer. Maybe you're thinking about summer. A lot of people are as we get out of winter into spring and summer. It usually arrives, right, as we transition from back and forth winter to spring. We'll talk more about that with Mark Breen in just a few minutes. We're coming up 19 minutes after 7. It's a Friday. Today is the 27th day of March, 2026. Glad to have you along. I'm Stephen John Puffer, along with our many friends, right up until 9 o'clock this morning. Glad that you could be with us this morning on a Friday heading into a kind of chilly weekend. Right now we've dropped a couple in the last few minutes, now at 27 versus the 30 that we've seen. Kind of feels like the teens, though, if you head out. So good idea to bundle up, make sure you take care of your pets and drive careful. There could be some black ice areas. The weather's being brought to you by Woodsville Power Equipment. Toro, walk-behind, self-propelled, push, gas, and electric lawnmowers. America's #1 mower brand is available locally at Woodsville Power Equipment Tool and Rental. They can help transform your mowing experience with an easy-to-use, feature-packed Toro walk-behind lawnmower. Whether you're in the market for gas or battery-powered, push or self-propelled, find your perfect mow with Toro's complete lineup of walk-behind lawnmowers. To help determine the best lawnmower for your needs, stop into Woodsville Power Equipment Tool and Rental.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast for today: chance of a morning snow shower, then partly to mostly cloudy but blustery and much colder, with valley highs in the low to mid-30s and northwest winds gusting to 25 miles an hour. Mainly clear and cold tonight, lows around 10 above. Saturday, partly cloudy, valley highs in the upper 20s to lower 30s, north to northwest winds gusting to 15. I'm meteorologist Lawrence Hayes for WYKR.
All right, there you have it. Up a look at the weather forecast. Lawrence Hayes, our meteorologist, will be getting an update from Mark Breen in just a few minutes. Meanwhile, at 21 minutes after 7, we're sitting at 27 degrees as the temperature does begin to fall. Updated weather this time around brought to you by your friends at Woodsville Power Equipment, transitioning from winter into spring, summer, fall, winter again. Doesn't matter what the season in. They have the sales, they have service, the parts, repairs, the expert equipment, and, of course, Bobcat that's on the lot right there at Woodsville Power Equipment at 4942 Dartmouth College Highway. All right, we're 21 minutes after 7. We head to the phone and say good morning to Kevin VanNorden. How you doing, Kevin?
I'm good. Good morning, Steve. How are you?
We're so good. Thank you much. Glad that you could take a few minutes to promote Donkey Ball. How many times have you guys had Green Mountain Donkey Ball in the area anyway?
So I actually figured it out this year. This is our 29th year with Green Mountain Donkey Ball, putting this on for our local residents.
Congratulations. All right, so a change in the venue this year. Tell us about it. New location, Kevin.
So new location, we're going to be at the Haverhill Middle School instead of the John Begonzi building. Just because of our timing this year, we tried to get away from town meetings and everything else, but we spilled in a little bit of the sports season. So the high school wasn't readily available because they have softball and baseball starting, so we were offered the venue at the middle school. So we're hoping with the venue change that we might get a little bit bigger crowd. It'll be a little easier to get people in and out, and hopefully it'll be a good time.
All right, so tell us about it. It's going to be happening when, who's going to be participating, and some of the other stuff that goes along with it, Kevin.
So it'll be tomorrow night. Doors will be open at 3:30. Games start promptly at 5. We have teams, of course, from the Woodsville Fire Department. We've got a few new riders this year with some new members coming on, which is fantastic. Haverhill Fire Department has put a team together. They're going to come down and join us. Of course, we have the Woodsville seniors coming down, which they are a staple for us every single year. And we have members of Cottage Hospital coming in this year again to ride.
All right. Riding the donkeys, Green Mountain Donkey Ball. All right, so there are some, I guess, rules that apply that I assume probably carry over from year to year that you could share with us today, Kevin.
It is, and it's a fun family event. The rules are, we've got to play basketball, but we can't do anything without being on the donkey. So shooting, passing, anything like that, the riders have to be on. One of the fun events or fun rules that we get to play with a little bit is if anybody long passes or something like that and hits a donkey, the game automatically stops. We have to go to center court, and whoever the player is that hit the donkey has to beg for forgiveness. So they are on their knees, center court, and they have to give the donkey a big kiss and apologize.
Okay. That sounds like fun. All right, you're going to have concessions and 50-50 raffle like you have in the past?
So we will have concessions. Billy, one of our members there, who's done this for quite a long time, will be doing his famous popcorn and hot dogs, candy. We have a Easter basket donated by Mount Mooselot Candy this year. That will be up for raffle. Of course, our 50-50, and we're actually trying something new this year. We're going to try Donkey Bingo.
All
so
right.
that will be something new to try. It's kind of like cow chip bingo, so we'll see how that works.
All right. Where's the donkey going to be held up?
What's that?
Where's the donkey going to be held up to be able to perform? Don't you have to have the donkey in its cage somewhere or something like that?
Oh no, it's they're still going to be going out. It's as they play. If one of the donkeys decides to go, then whatever square it falls into is going to be the winner.
All right, live and it's going to be action packed then, isn't it?
It is.
All right.
3 hours of just nonstop fun.
Yeah. So tickets are how much?
Tickets are $10 at the door. Under 5 are free. So we're expecting to see a lot of people tomorrow.
Right. And how many years now, Kevin?
29 years we've been doing this.
Awesome. Good for you guys. A new location, Haverhill Middle School, not Woodsville High School. And as you said, doors open at what time again tomorrow?
Doors open at 3:30. We'll be there to greet all the fine people of the area to come in, and our games start right at 5 o'clock.
All right, good. Well, appreciate all your hard work, and also for you taking time out of your busy schedule to give us the update about Green Mountain Donkey Ball. Thanks, Kevin.
Well, we can't thank you guys enough.
Have a good day, and good luck tomorrow night, and be careful on that donkey.
Oh, I don't. I just organize now. I leave this to the younger kids.
All right, don't blame you. Meanwhile, thanks again, Kevin.
Thanks, Steve.
Have a good day.
You too.
Yeah. All right, we're about 26 minutes after 7, and we're going to take a break. We'll be listening to some music, and then at 7:30ish, we'll be looking at the birthdays and anniversaries, and we come out of that chatting with the Fairbanks Museum and Planetarium right there in St. Johnsbury. Glad you could be with us this morning here at Your Country, WYKR. Well, that's hard to believe. That was almost 10 years ago. Actually was, of 2016, in the spring of 2016, Sam Hunt, Make You Miss Me. Good song. All right, it is 7:30, right on the button. Engineers keeping us on track this morning as we prepare to check out birthdays and anniversaries. It is a Friday. It's March 27th, 2026. Birthdays and anniversaries that are being celebrated today. A very happy birthday to Natalie Marvin, with love from the whole family. Also to Colin Urie, Lily Noble, Hayden Fiore, and Matthew Rutchick. And no anniversaries on our local wish list today. We'll take a moment to remind you to get yours into us, birthdays or anniversaries. We like to see them at least a couple of days in advance. That way it does give us time to prepare for the day of your wish. As the birthdays and anniversaries are brought to you each and every day of the year, and always brought to you by the Swenson Insurance Agency in Bradford. And they can help you out with your insurance quote or if you have insurance questions. And be sure and thank them for bringing you birthdays and anniversaries on this station. All right, taking a look at the birthdays again. Celebrating today, Matthew Rutchick, Hayden Fiore, Lily Noble, Colin Urie, and a happy birthday to Natalie Marvin, with love from the whole family. And there you have it. Those are the wishes that we have on our wish list today. Birthdays and anniversaries, Friday, March 27th. 2026, brought to you by the Swenson Insurance Agency in Bradford.
In many areas, wild animals are a serious traffic safety concern. Stay safe with these tips. While driving, scan the road and shoulders of the road ahead. Look for yellow road signs warning of high danger areas. Use extra caution when traveling during dawn and dusk. Animals are most active during these times. At night, use high beams if there's no oncoming traffic. Be on the lookout for reflecting eyes. Remember, deer are herd animals. Where there's one, there's usually more nearby. If a collision is unavoidable, apply the brakes and steer straight. Let up on the brakes just before impact, allowing the front of your vehicle to rise slightly, reducing the risk of the animal striking the windshield. Take it from me and MMG, protecting your piece of the world.
The Winston Insurance Agency of Bradford is a family-owned business that has been serving Vermont and New Hampshire since 1960. Service is their best policy at the Winston Insurance Agency, Bradford. It is time to introduce Mark Breen at the Fairbanks Museum and Planetarium in St. Johnsbury. Good morning.
Good morning, Stephen.
All right. So what season are we actually in now?
Yeah, I wish I knew. It is. It's one of those, early this week, we had that heavy wet snow from last weekend, and so suddenly it was winter. And then yesterday, it topped out in the 50s. The sun broke out at times. It was obviously right in the middle of spring. And of course, this morning, I believe I calculated we dropped 30 degrees in about 14 hours here in the museum. So,
that will mess with you, won't it?
boy. And I have been looking back. This isn't the standard sort of thing that's easy to investigate. I mean, I can find, a cold spell, or I can find, warm spells, or I can find a cold March or a warm March. But what I can't find, because it's just, you'd have to look at every single March, and just that's going to take a while. But to find a March where, like this March, where we started well below zero, then we shot up into the 60s to near 70. Then we dropped down again, had some snow. Then we warmed up again, dropped down. So it's just been going back and forth. And like I said, so I did take a quick look through the records just to, try to pick out, any month that would stand out. And quite honestly, I didn't see anything that's quite like this month. This has been an unusual month, and when you have 130 years to look at, to find something that's still unusual, that's saying something.
Wow. It must be so interesting for you as meteorologists to be able to look at the records and go that far back, Mark.
Well, that's one of the things that I remember several decades ago when I got to the museum and realized that they had this long set of records, which at the time, it hadn't reached 100 years yet, but still, it was this incredible set of records. And I can remember, as a teenager, love to go back through and find, old weather events, that sort of thing. There was a gentleman named David Ludlam. He's often been considered America's weather historian, and he wrote a number of books about weather in the past, including he specifically did some work on the weather during the American Revolution, which I thought was fascinating. And so that just got me looking at all these old records and old diaries, and so I just continue to collect that.
And it must make you feel good. You've been at the museum, just over 40 years?
Yeah, so actually getting well over 40 years now.
So contributing to, that over half a century of all those records that you've contributed to at the Fairbanks Museum.
Yeah,
right.
I've been here for about a third of it.
Yeah, congratulations. All right, so what else can you add as we transition from winter into spring and March into April all of a sudden?
Yeah, well, of course, there's that old phrase, in like a lion, out like a lamb. And because we have been going back and forth, I decided that this year we've come in like a kangaroo and we're going out like a rabbit. So.
I guess so. All right, anything that you could share about the past week of weather in regards to some of the things you already brought to our listeners?
Yeah, so I mentioned, that wet snow that we had. We had two snowfalls, one last Friday and again on Sunday. And, of course, that meant part one, we had to clean it up, but it brought another 6 to 12 inches of some wet snow. And wet snow doesn't melt, doesn't shrink as quickly as that dry, fluffy stuff we had much of the winter. So that really stayed around a good part of the week. And it also pushed the museum's seasonal total, our snowfall total for the season, to 91 inches, which guarantees us it'll be snowier than average in our record books because the average for the winter is 87. And I will mention, and I try to mention this, it still snows in April. We average 4 to 6 inches here at the museum during the month of April, and we're not a snowy spot. Hilltops, you average about a foot of snow in April. That's the average. That's the normal. So we may not be done quite yet.
Well, leading up to this, you're back and forth so far. So what is maybe contributing to this back and forth anyway, Mark?
Well, one of the things that I've been, as a weather forecaster, trying to figure out what is going on and why is it happening. And I know in the Pacific Ocean, and we've talked about this from time to time, that the water temperature near the Pacific equator, which is where we get the El Niños and La Niñas and those sorts of things, that water temperature makes a difference because it sets up the pattern to our west, which then eventually leads to the pattern that happens here. So I think that's been, keeping it really cooking across the southwestern U.S. They've had record heat there, but it's also bottled up the cold air up across northern Canada. I was looking west of Hudson Bay this morning. It's in the 20s and 30s below zero, which, yes, it's cold up there, but it's pretty late in the season to be that cold, so it's pretty exceptional. So anyway, there's a lot of cold and a lot of heat, and it doesn't take much for us to swing back and forth between the two of them. And I mentioned the water temperatures out there. There is a change, a transition that's going on. It has been cold relative to average near the equator in the Pacific, and that's going to change. We're going to go into an El Nino, and that has some effects on weather patterns. In fact, one of the things that is an influence, it makes springs colder. Now, because it's in a transition this year, I don't know if it's going to have a lot of influence on this spring, but I would actually say, and I don't want to really go out on a limb and forecast spring of 2027, but it could be a colder spring. I'm just putting that out there now just because of the typical thing that happens with El Niños. Another thing that happens, it actually reduces the hurricanes. El Nino years tend to have fewer hurricanes, and that might be good news. And finally, it may have an effect on our winter, but there's a lot to be decided yet, obviously. The more west, the farther west that warm water is, the colder we tend to be in terms of the winter. So we'll be watching that pretty carefully, too.
Interesting. We'll have to remember and see what you bring to our listeners a year from now, then.
Yes, I'll write it down.
All right. Any other items of interest before we head to the weekend forecast?
Well, so the buddy of mine was asking me, he noticed, and I think we all have noticed this, there's that ring around trees, especially you notice at this time of year where the snow melts first next to the tree, and, so you get this ring of no snow. And so he was asking about it, and I have heard people say, well, that's the life force in the tree, but quite honestly, it can easily be explained by physics because the sun, of course, shines on the tree, and the tree trunk warms up, and that melts the snow. But it also shines on the snow behind the tree. That sunlight reflects off of the snow and hits the backside of the tree, and that's why the ring goes all the way around. That absence of snow, by the way, is called a fossa. F-O-S-S-E. It's called a fossa, and something that I heard about many, many years ago. And, actually one of the things that sugar makers look for is they look for the snow to start pulling away from the trunks, an indication that the sugaring season is underway.
Nature and its indications of what's going on, right?
Yeah.
All right, so what's going on with our planets anyway this time of the year?
Well, we've got Venus is really starting to show up. I've had several people mention they've been able to see it in the west about a half an hour to 45 minutes after sunset. So, sometime between about 7:45 and 8:15. That's a good time. It'll be low in the west, but you'll see is a bright, bright spark out there, and that's going to actually edge higher through this spring. But we've also got next week the full moon, the full pink moon on the evening of April 1st.
All right. That has to happen before Easter, right? Isn't it something like that?
Yes. The Easter, I'm glad you mentioned that. So Easter is the first Sunday after the first full moon. that is after the first day of spring.
Okay. There you have it. All right.
Yep.
Now the chilly weekend weather forecast, Mark.
Yes, we'll keep you chilly here. So we've got to look for, the clouds will be breaking up. We'll see increasing sunshine, but it's not going to warm us up. We're holding somewhere near 30 right now. We're going to be steady or falling through the day, and that means a generally clear night tonight, a few clouds late, but 10 to 15 by tomorrow morning, and cold spots will be in the single digits. And then tomorrow, partly sunny, some afternoon clouds. It'll be cold tomorrow. It'll be a winter-like day, only 20s to near 30. But then on Sunday, after a morning in the teens, we'll see breaks of sunshine, and temperatures will ease up a little bit on Sunday. In fact, maybe a good run in the sugar bushes, with temperatures climbing to between 40 and 45. So not a bad end to the weekend.
We'll take it. All right. A lot of great information. Again, enjoy the weekend, Mark.
Well, thank you. You too.
All right. Thank you much.
Yep.
All right, 7:43, 27. We saw 30 for an hour and a half or so this morning, but we've dropped 2 or 3 degrees, obviously. And updated information brought to you by Hatch Lane Farm, Wicked Good Dairy Delights, Profile Meats, right there on Route 10 in North Haverhill. All right, Mark, thanks. At 7:45 and 27 degrees now, dropping from 30, and not a very warm weekend, as Mark just said. But, hey, we are transitioning from winter to spring. All right, there you have it. The weekend weather brought to you by Harbor Bank and Trust. We can visit them online at barharbor.bank. Award-winning banking every day across northern New England. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. We head to North Haverhill.
Haverhill.
Kinda.
Yes.
How you doing?
Good morning, everyone.
LC Design Concepts is finally, the dust is settled, the paint is dry. The showroom is ready for kind of an open house?
Yeah, we've picked a date with the Chamber of Commerce is doing a business after hours event at the showroom on Thursday, April 16th from 5 to 7. So I decided let's just have it be a big giant shebang, and then let's do it as an open house too. So we're advertising it. If someone's been curious driving by wondering what the heck's going on in that building at 2858 Dartmouth College Highway, that's the time to come in, because we'll have some drinks, some appetizers, lots of people. It'll be a fun time. I'm excited that the showroom's finally done and we can host an event.
Long haul, huh?
Yes.
Very
long haul. It feels like it's actually not, if you think about it. I mean, we moved in the end of October, but it's like, you go in and you see, okay, well, this space is 80% done. This one's 90% done, and nothing was quite totally finished. So it'll be nice to just put the last hardware on the newest display and just sit back and relax.
So what are they going to see?
All the new displays that are in there, like this. We've totally transformed that space from what it was from the previous owner. We sort of flip-flopped things. Where his warehouse was is now the showroom, and where his office was is now my warehouse. Mm-hmm. So we've totally redone the whole building. Valley Floors did all the flooring, and Carmen came up yesterday and took some photos of that for their social media, so we'll be cross-posting. So, we've posted a lot of videos and photos of the new showroom, but I think just people getting to see all the new displays and just how it's set up and what we do. Yeah. If you haven't been into the old showroom or even the new showroom and you wonder what it is that I do, the showroom sort of helps explain that. It shows the cabinets and the countertops and the hardware, and I do a little bit of tile if it's a backsplash or something like that. Yeah. And seeing all of those samples there.
And you're ordering from roughly how many companies now?
I have 6 different cabinet companies that I work with. For countertop vendors, 4 or 5, and then hardware and tile and plumbing fixtures are 10 or 15. So it's a wide variety.
And when we talk about this thing,
Mm-hmm.
I'm usually thinking fancy dancy time we get down. So if somebody wants something kind of rough shod, so to speak, can you do that?
Yeah, we can do.
We want to be kind of rough around the edges here. You can do that?
Yes.
How so? I mean, what's the deal? How do you do that?
It's all about the style and how you.
You never know what I'm going to ask you, do you?
I don't. No, I mean, we can get cabinets that are pretty. You're buying the jeans already ripped kind of look. They're already beat up. They come pre-banged up and scraped up. So the first time you scratch them, you don't really notice because they've already been distressed.
Have you done this before? And
yes.
Where's the installation take place? Where do you usually put this stuff?
Actually, we do a lot of kitchens that have like distressed cabinets in it, and a show place has started this new process of weathered looking wood, and it's actually textured. They basically sandblast the grain, the soft part of the wood grain, out of hickory or red oak, and we'll put a stain on it, and then we put a glaze on it, and it looks like we took old barn board and turned it into cabinets.
I know what you mean.
It's beautiful.
I'm glad I asked.
Yeah,
that sounds cool. Yeah.
It's actually fairly rough to the touch, but not actual barn board where you're gonna catch a splinter if you would run your hand along it. But it looks like that. It's got a matte finish, so it really does look like an old weathered board. We do that. It's expensive, obviously, because
I was going to ask the next question. More labor involved.
Yeah, a lot more labor involved to get that one board foot to look like the finished product, as opposed to like just say a clear stain on maple.
Right.
But it's beautiful. I've done. Oftentimes we'll do that as an accent, like the island or a buffet area. I did do, I guess what you would call a man cave. It was a kind of a study office for somebody, but he also stored all his guns and ammo and stuff like that in there. So
other than that, what type of house would that look good in?
That's hard to answer. Like you could do it, obviously, if you had like a really rustic cabin off the grid kind of thing, but it would also, I've done it in super modern looking houses. It's kind of a really stark contrast to the clean, slick look of a modern house. Like I'm working on a couple of houses down in Quechee that are meant to look like they were built out of shipping containers, so super modern looking. And we're doing one of those really rustic, weathered.
You do much
cabinets.
in tiny houses?
I haven't. I would love to, because I can modify things. The hard thing with tiny houses is a lot of the appliances are more specialty that nobody in our area necessarily works on. We can get just about anything, but I would love to work on a tiny house. That would be fun.
Yeah. All right. Interesting stuff. So the open house that you're working with the Cohoes Chamber of Commerce is when?
Thursday, April 16th from 5 to 7.
Have you come up with any typical hours or when the sign
is out, that's
flag or whatever?
Yeah, that when the flag is out, the open flag is out. It's hard for me to sort of set any hours because it's just me, myself, and I. So if I'm at a measure or an install or anything like that, I will say, if people go to our website, we are hiring. I'm hoping to hire another designer. So hopefully someone out there is listening that is already a kitchen designer and has experience, because unfortunately I don't have the capacity and time to train somebody new. But I'm actively looking. The office setup in the showroom is set up in a way that I can easily expand to add another office space for an additional person. So if anyone's listening and that is already a kitchen designer and wants to try something different, get a hold of me.
How?
Go to the website, lcdesignconcepts.com, or if you just Google LC Design, it'll come up. I just did the other day because we had updated the website and I wanted to see what it looked like in our Google Place page, where we try to add new photos to that on a regular basis too. So I wanted to see what it looked like, and it popped right up as soon as you Googled LC Design.
So our next conversation in 2 weeks will be on the eve, so to speak, of the open house with the Cohoes Chamber of Commerce. So we'll promote it even more then.
Yes, that'll be perfect.
All right. Enjoy the weekend.
Yes, you too.
Thank you, Lauren.
Bye.
Lauren Nelson, the owner of LC Design Concepts, right there in North Haverhill. We'll take a break. We'll be taking a look at the weather forecast as well as some other information before we head into a busy 8 o'clock hour right after these. 30 minutes after 8 o'clock, there's an updated look at CBS News. We head to St. Johnsbury. Say good morning to Dave at Westward Auto Repair. How you doing, Dave?
Doing well. How are you?
We're doing okay. All right. So, we saw 30 degrees earlier this morning. We've dropped to like 27, 26 degrees as we flip-flop back and forth from winter to spring. As we come out of winter, what are vehicles looking like in regard to suspensions and drive parts and all that stuff anyway?
They're starting to look tough, and I can only imagine when mud season gets here, it's going to get worse.
Okay. So, what are you actually seeing? What are some of the problems that people that are driving their vehicles every day don't realize that they have underneath there?
So we're getting a lot of bumps and squeaks and rattles. You've got ball joints that are getting beat up through the winter, sway bar links. The brakes are taking a beating, all that mud and salt and dirt's built up on them. So there's multiple noises people are dealing with and multiple things we have to check, when they come in, whether it be for an oil change or a tire changeover. That's kind of what we're doing this time of year right now, is just gearing up to get everybody safe for the road and everything back in tip-top shape for the summer and the good weather.
Sure. Now, of course, the state of New Hampshire, I guess, is kind of done away from the state inspections for right now. Vermont is still doing it. What's the color sticker that we have to look for in Vermont right now? Do you know?
So everything's yellow now. They've all kept them all the same color.
Right.
Vermont kind of changed it up. So everything, the stickers almost all look identical. The only thing really they've done different is they are monthly. It's not evens now. So if you come in January for a sticker, you get a 1. If you come in March, you get a 3. So
okay. All right. Kind of simplified it. And they have also moved the sticker location too, haven't they, Dave?
Yeah, they stuck it down in the lower left-hand corner. It's kind of a strange location, but I guess it, kind of saves, maybe easier to see for them. I'm not sure exactly what the reasoning was.
Yeah, I understand some of it, too, because up in the middle of your dash up high, in windshield, there's a lot of instrumentation, how it, works with satellite and all that stuff.
Yeah, I think that could be some of it, as they did run into, some of the folks with like the forward collision cameras and stuff. If they're on the window, if the sticker got put just in the wrong location, it would set some lights and stuff off.
Yeah, okay.
So,
all right. So good idea for our listeners to book their vehicle into Westward Auto Repair sometime soon. Even if they don't have much going on, there could be more going on than they realize, right?
Absolutely. We're coming into that time of year where we're going to be doing the tire changeovers, so we'll be able to get a good look and make sure the brakes are functioning as they should, make sure there's no rips in any ball joint boots or any looseness in anything that people aren't hearing or feeling. Mm-hmm. And then we'll, hopefully stay ahead of the game.
Yeah, and as I understand too, talking with Danny and also talking with the other gang up there, some of the tires can be difficult to get right now, right?
Yeah, the summer tires are starting to come into it now.
Okay.
It's getting a little better. We've gotten some new vendors that we're able to use, so we can pretty much get everything we need within a day, maybe 2. As long as it's something not really far-fetched out there. But most stuff is readily available now. Excellent. Luckily.
Good. Well, we know you got a busy day heading into the weekend, Dave. We periodically chat with Danny and also Brett, so we certainly appreciate all the great information you guys provide to us every couple of weeks up there.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having us.
Have a great weekend, Dave.
You as well. Take care.
Yep. All righty. All right. It's about 7 after 8. We'll take a break here. Look at the weather forecast. Then we're going to chat with Wells River Savings, your Good Neighbor Bank. We have Erica Calistro and also Sherri Perry, who will be in with us to give us an update in regards to fraud. So let's check it out. Let's take a look at the weather forecast for the listening area. It's being brought to you by Tommy's Auto, which is located in Piermont. Tommy's Auto at 802-535-2804. And, of course, after spending many years at Moonlight Auto Repair in Fairleigh, Tommy's decided to open his own business, as Tommy's Auto is now located at 266 Route 10 in Piermont with the best prices on all services. Check it out. Tommy's Auto is now open at 266 Route 10 in Piermont, taking care of all vehicle maintenance needs. Think spring. Now's the time to reserve your summer tires mounted and balanced with the best prices on all services. Make your appointment soon by calling Tommy's Auto, 802-535-2804. After spending many years at Moonlight Auto Repair, Tommy decided to open his own business at 266 Route 10 in Piermont. Open every day, Monday through Saturday, beginning at 7:30. Now's the time to contact Tommy's Auto.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast: a stray morning snow shower, otherwise increasing sunshine, blustery, colder. Early highs near 30 will be steady or falling, a gusty northwest wind. Becoming mostly clear this evening, some clouds late, lows 10 to 15, cold spots near 5 above. And Saturday, partly sunny, more afternoon clouds, continued cold, highs in the 20s to near 30. I'm meteorologist Mark Breen for WYKR.
All right, there you have it. Updated look at the weather forecast as we approach 9 minutes after 8 o'clock. Brought to you by Tommy's Auto, which is located in Piermont. So give Tommy a call here at 802-535-2804. Brand new business, brand new location, but Tommy has plenty of experience. So be sure to contact him, and he'll take care of all of your automotive needs. All right, Erica and Sherri are here in the building live. How you doing?
Good morning. Thanks for having us. Steve.
All right, so fraud's a big deal, isn't it?
Oh, huge. Sure is.
People don't realize how big of a deal it is.
No.
So you can be taken to the cleaners pretty quick, I guess.
Very quick.
Lack of a better word.
Mhm.
So what are some of the stories you guys are experiencing in regards to fraud?
So there's obviously there's a lot of fraud. So I mean we could talk all day about it, but the most common we're seeing right now,
I was just
think,
going to ask you that. Okay.
is computer intrusion. That's when you're looking through your email, you might click on something that you shouldn't have. Before you know it, you have a pop-up on your screen, and they're telling you that you owe them money or you need to act quickly up.
So how do we not get paranoid about that, though? How do you know what to click on and what not to click on?
Just don't click on anything you weren't expecting.
Okay.
Or you don't know the person. The best thing you can do too is just call the company and say, did you send me this?
All right.
Call them directly. Don't call the number that they provided in the email.
So what typically would be something that our listeners should be aware of that might come up? Can you identify in any way or not?
You really can't, because these fraudsters, they impersonate a real company. So
if you
it's
click
really
on that,
hard.
is there going to be a link that you also would have to additionally click on?
Yes. So when you click on the link, it's going to bring you to a page. It's going to ask you for your payment information. Most of the time, it's going to tell you that you owe money.
Okay.
Once they've got your debit card information or your credit card information, they have it and they can sell it to other scammers.
So what's your responsibility at the bank, Sherri?
So my responsibility is security. So if you come into a branch and you feel like you've been scammed, you can come and talk to me, or I can come and talk to you, get the details. I can help you fill out an IC3, which is an Internet Crime Complaint Center.
Okay.
Basically, once that's filled out, the analysts at the FBI will look it over, and then they will just notify the appropriate law enforcement. A lot of times you're not going to hear back from them, but what they do is they compile, information and try to get similarities to try to prevent this from happening.
Okay. How about you, Erica? You're more on the front lines. You're with the tellers and everything, right?
Yes.
So what are you seeing there?
A mix of everything.
Okay.
We've had a romance scam where, you've lost your husband or wife, and somebody reaches out to you online and they want to be friends, and then, oh, well, my car broke down. Could you send me $1,000? And then they start sending the money, and you think that you've made a friend and you've had a connection, but they need money, they need help, and you just keep sending it. Well, you're losing money, you're sending it to a scamster. The computer intrusion is a big one. Normally it'll pop up and say, this is Norton security virus. We've detected a virus. Pay us $20 to get in your computer and fix it. And you're like, oh, okay, I need help. Let's fix it. And then they take out $200 or $2,000, and it's a back and forth. And then they want to get into your online banking to see that they sent you the wrong amount of money, and they always end up with the money and you lose your money.
It can spiral out of control pretty quick then.
Very.
Yeah, and this is real stuff too. I mean, this is the real deal, and it really comes across as looking like it's the real deal.
Yeah.
That's how these people get scammed.
Yeah, and I mean, being in the front line, my suggestion is if you question something, bring it to us. I mean, we're always doing trainings and different videos on how to stay up to date with them. So not that we're professionals, but we can help you or tell you to ignore it and get away from it. But there's something new, and they're growing and becoming smarter every day.
Yeah, so because it's your customer's money, is there only so far you can go in regards to telling the customer what they can do and what they can't do? I mean, do you have restrictions? Does the customer have restrictions? How does that work?
Yes and no.
Is it a tricky, slippery slope there?
It is their money, essentially.
Yeah.
And we can't really prevent them from doing something. I mean, we can, deny a wire if we think it's, if they've been asked to wire funds somewhere and we believe it's been a scam, then we can deny that. But yeah, I mean, unfortunately, it is their money, and you can only help them so far.
Yeah.
That is a struggle that we do face.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, it's kind of both sides of the coin here. Yeah.
We do. If you come into the branch, We will ask you for your ID if you're doing a transaction. I know a lot of customers hate having to provide their ID. They've banked with us for 20 years. We should know them. But most of our tellers are a year or less. We have a lot of students that work after school on the weekends. They don't know the regulars. We've had a lot of new employees, so they're asking for IDs, at least until they can get to know you. And then if you're doing a withdrawal, I mean, we can see your account activity. So if you take out $1,000 every week, we're probably not going to question that. It's probably for bills. But if you magically came in and took out $5,000, we would say, hey, you know, are you buying something? Are you going on a trip? What is this for? Some people will be like, it's my money, leave me alone. Some people will comply. But it's really just to help you, because we've definitely had people say, well, you know, my grandson is in trouble. Well, have you spoken to your grandson? No, but I got a call from the jail that he's at. And then we'll say, well, why don't you call him while you're here? And he answers and he's totally fine. So you would have been out that money if we didn't get involved. So we do try to ask you questions, try to protect you. But if you don't comply and help us, then sometimes our hands are tied. It's your money. You can.
So sounds like the bank's doing its much as it can to protect the customer.
Yeah.
All right. Final comments in regards to fraud? You got a lot of information there, Sherri. We don't want to.
Well, I just want to let people know, you know, if something seems too good to be true, it probably is. So always question it. Don't feel embarrassed. Like Erica was saying, romance scams. Some people feel embarrassed because they've been, you know, talking to somebody for 6 months and they turn out to be, you know, not who they thought they were.
Yeah.
It's okay to come in and talk to us. It's important actually to report this, because the more we can report, we might be able to prevent it. So I encourage people to, you know, if they don't want to report it on their own, contact me. I'm happy to assist in helping report that.
And whether you're a customer or not,
Exactly.
you could contact Wells River Savings Bank.
Yep.
That's okay.
Yep. And our lobbies have literature. So, you know, free for the takings, you know, about phone scams, and what to do if you were a scammed or a victim of identity theft. So feel free to come in and get some. And always remember that.
Yeah. So additional education is available by either calling the bank or stopping into the bank.
Yep.
All right. Any location.
Any location.
All right. The bank on Main Street. Any final comments?
Do you have anything?
Stay warm.
Stay warm. Exactly.
Bring the sun.
Yes.
Good to see both of you.
You too.
Right.
Have a good day.
Yeah, thank you, Sherri Perry, Erica Calistro from Wells River Savings, your good neighbor bank.
PTOs want you to know we are your local factory authorized Fisher Plow dealer. We sell, install, and service all Fisher plows and sanders. We have over 20 years of experience in factory training. Make PTOs Repair your first stop for all your Fisher Plow needs. PTOs Repair, 2320 Route 5 Fairley, or at ptosrepair.com. I'm PTO, and I wanted you to know.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast: a stray morning snow shower, otherwise increasing sunshine, blustery, colder. Early highs near 30 will be steady or falling, a gusty northwest wind. Becoming mostly clear this evening, some clouds late, lows 10 to 15, cold spots near 5 above. And Saturday, partly sunny, more afternoon clouds, continued cold, highs in the 20s to near 30. I'm meteorologist Mark Breen for WYKR.
And for PTO's Repair, new location, 2320 Route 5 in Fairley, 3.6 miles south of the traffic light in Bradford, at 802-222-6152. PTO's Repair, your local Fisher authorized dealer, again at 2320 Route 5 in Fairley. Meanwhile, right there at the light, as we were chatting about momentarily, is, of course, Valley Floors. We're going to take a few minutes and chat with them. Ryan Hollister, the representative this morning. Ryan, good morning. How you doing?
Good day, Steve. How are you doing? I'm doing well.
Awesome. Good to hear that. All right. We chatted just a few weeks ago. Glad to have you along here with us again this morning. We're transitioning from winter into spring. What does that mean for you and also for the gang at Valley Floors, Ryan?
Oh, man. I feel like a lot of people who have been in hibernation, you know, thinking about those projects, like maybe a little cooped up, everybody's feeling ambitious. Kind of we hit the new year running. A lot of people just getting ready to make moves. I think it's always a great idea if it's something that you're looking to do in the summer. Stop in now and just plant the seed, get a little bit of information, and we can kind of point you in the right direction, and certainly answer a lot of questions, and also just give you a lot of things to brainstorm and think about in how you might tackle that future project, whether it's something that we're going to install for you or something you're going to hire a contractor for because you have a larger project scope, or just if you're looking to DIY, we have a lot of resources, and we certainly love to help out and problem solve. So
in regards
people are making moves.
In regards to putting orders in, how does that work right now? Turnaround time pretty good, Ryan?
Yeah, it depends on the product selection. For the most part, from our major distributors, Mondays and Thursdays, really we can get stuff fairly quick. We just need a little bit of time to order that, and usually if it's a larger order too, we want a little extra time so that we can reach out to the reps and get some of those discounts for the cash and carry discounts, especially for the large quantity orders. You know, if you're looking to do a couple rooms, let's get some numbers and plant the seed early, and then you can work around that and factor it in. We can get a good budget for you, because house building and house repairs and renovations, there's always a little can of worms somewhere.
What about scheduling with Valley Floors in regards to our spring and summer projects, Ryan?
We're probably our carpet and vinyl, which tend to go a little bit quicker. Those are probably about 4 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks out. If it's a real small spot, you know, and you're open to being a puzzle piece and things are moving along, then sometimes Scott, our project manager, is always looking for some small jobs as well. So I'd say 4 to 6 weeks for vinyl and carpet, and then maybe the hardwood and tile, which could be a little bit more involved in the planning and the actual installation. That might be 6 and change, you know, but we're cruising right along.
Good.
You know, there's a lot of projects in motion and just kind of dialing in a rhythm. It's been a good time.
So besides yourself, Ryan, who else would they maybe stop in and be in contact with at Valley Floors for these projects?
Oh, yeah. Give a call here. Chances are you'll get one of the Gregs. We got a Greg team answering the phone, Greg Garone and Greg Hodge, and then just ask for, you know, set up a measure, explain your situation a little bit. We can take down some information. If you come on in, we've got a great sales team here. So anybody in the horseshoe there and Chris in the tile room, we are all very knowledgeable and can all help out and get some files started for you. And get Tonya out there, who's our lead estimator, to do a no obligation measurement of your space.
Good to hear. All right, so business hours for the most part, Monday through Friday, Ryan?
Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Try to come in a little earlier towards the tail end of the day, because you might find yourself kind of you know, really interested in the variety of things that are here, and you might want to take a little bit more time. But certainly if you're just stopping by and want to just see the space and be like, hey, I got a project coming up, come through, take a look. We can show you around real quick, and you know, give a call anytime if you want to make an appointment, and we can make time to really kind of help dial in your material selection, problem solving wise, and then also like aesthetic. You know, what look are you going for, and what's the vibe? If you're making a big change, sometimes it's nice to have some of the parts of the vision and the mood that you're going for. If you have that opportunity to take that time.
Yeah. Well, they'll help you out right there at Valley Floors, we know for sure. Ryan, we know you have a busy day in store heading into the weekend. We certainly appreciate you taking some time to be with us this morning.
Always a pleasure, Steve. Love being on here.
Yeah, and always enjoy our conversation. You enjoy the weekend, all right?
Oh, thank you so much. You as well.
Thank you, Ryan.
Everyone kind of come out of hibernation, and let's get out there in the sun when it's out.
There you go. Right there at Valley Floors, conversation with Ryan Hollister. Thanks again, Ryan.
Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye. 26 minutes after 8, so conversation with Liz Shelton is coming up momentarily. Here are the specials that you can enjoy today that are being served at Tuttle's Family Diner right here in Wells River. How about the Montshire Farm Rodeo Burger with French fries or tater tots? Haddock dinner with choice of potato, a side, and a roll. Haddock sandwich with chips and pickle, or the foot-long hot dog with chips and pickle. Their soup today is tomato cheddar. These specials are available, or you can order from the regular menu at Tuttle's Family Diner right here in downtown Wells River. All right, up next, a conversation with Liz Shelton at a fair to remember in Woodsville. We'll take a look at the weather forecast for the listening area, and then on the other side of that, we hope to be chatting with Liz. This weather's being brought to you by House Right Construction. You may be thinking about building your dream house. You might be looking at a piece of land and need to know if it would be a good building site. Perhaps it's time to renovate a bathroom or to create cabinetry for your entertainment equipment. From crafting a house that nestles in the landscape to creating a cozy kitchen fit for a chef, House Right Construction has the professional know-how you need. House Right offers technical expertise and old-world craftsmanship, along with the old-fashioned business values of integrity and accountability. Whether you ask them to join you as your general contractor or want to consult with them at the earliest stages of your project, since 1985, House Right has brought a wide range of experience as a home builder in New Hampshire and Vermont. Large or small, they look at projects holistically, considering functionality and aesthetics. And they will be as dedicated to your project as you are. House Right Construction, Main Street South, Newbury, Vermont. Online at houseright.net.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast, a stray morning snow shower, otherwise increasing sunshine, blustery, colder. Early highs near 30 will be steady or falling, a gusty northwest wind. Becoming mostly clear this evening, some clouds late, lows 10 to 15, cold spots near 5 above. And Saturday, partly sunny, more afternoon clouds, continued cold, highs in the 20s to near 30. I'm meteorologist Mark Breen for WYKR.
And our temperatures dropped down to the mid-20s after seeing 30 degrees just a couple of hours ago. That's the weather, brought to you by House Right Construction, located at Route 5 near the historic Newbury Common, online at houseright.net. We're getting set to chat with Liz Shelton. Also want to remind you that right after the conversation with Liz, we'll be chatting with Cottage Hospital in regards to their 6th annual Any Which Way 5K that's coming up during the month of May. Meanwhile, in downtown Woodsville at the Party Store, what's going on, Liz?
Oh, my gosh, what's going on?
Oh, boy. Lots.
I would feel like my life is a whirlwind, but it's really not. It's a very boring life. Well, as everyone, some people know, I was in Atlanta in January, and I did some major shopping for the stores. And my sister comes, and I have an aunt that comes, and we literally spend 6 days just shopping for 12 hours at a time. And they all have like their specialty that they do for me, so that's very helpful. I don't like to do jewelry, and I call them girl things, and my sister loves to do all those kinds of things, and she enjoys very much doing that. And so then last 2 weeks ago, I was in Chicago, and I was there for the Housewares program and the show. And so it's been a very eventful couple months. I've been doing major spring cleaning. I've been hoeing out the basement. I've been finding all kinds of treasures. I'm a nipper and a tucker. I'll put it in a box and say, yeah, I'll deal with that later. So I'm finding all kinds of things that I haven't dealt with in a long time. So I've been working on that. And I finally got out of the basement yesterday, so I'm feeling like I really did a lot of hard work. And we are just working on updating the store, and we have switched from winter, and we are full on spring, and we have a lot of new merchandise. Sometimes they just back up to our door with a tractor trailer now and drop a pallet. So last week we had a tractor trailer pallet, and that was all new gift items arriving, and we are literally bursting with new home decor and tabletop items. When I shop, I choose these things, quite quickly, because you're taking up a salesperson's time, and this is how they make their living. So you have to go very quickly. So when I start unwrapping the boxes and looking at them, I kind of fall in love all over again and just admire things the way they are. I managed to get the rest of the boxes unpacked last night, and I stayed till like 7:30 doing that. And had one box that had 24 of the same thing, and I'm thinking to myself, what in the hell did I buy now? And they are the cutest little cocktail plates. So it's kind of fun for me, even though I've already seen it. I get to see it again, and I get to think how it's going to fit into how I arrange the store. So it's all coming together. It's like a puzzle for me, and I'm really enjoying it. Cookware. Our cookware department is fully stocked. A few things still missing, but on the whole, it's fully stocked. And this week I have been busy selling a lot of cookware, actually. And I'd just like to go over our lines. We offer, our newest line is called Made In, and this is just, it's beautiful cookware. It was sort of created for restaurants and chefs. It's a 5-ply, which a 3-ply has always been where I've kind of been at, but a 5-ply is even nicer. So we brought in Made In, and we only are starting with just their fry pans. We carry 3 sizes of fry pans, and we carry their carbon steel. We carry their ceramic non-stick, and then their 5-ply stainless steel. And I also have the sets of the stainless steel also, because sets are a big seller at this time of the year. It's kind of funny how that works. And we still have Trahan. Trahan continues to be our top line, and we offer that on all open stock, as well as a couple different set sizes. Sometimes people want to start all fresh. Some people just need to replace something that's had too much wear and tear. So we carry it both ways. And the only thing that is not in sets is the ceramic. And in their ceramic, I do carry the 3 different size fry pans in ceramic. So this is a 3-ply, which means there's 3 levels, and Made In has 5 is a 5-ply. And then Cuisinart is our entry-level cookware, and we sell a lot of Cuisinart. We carry that open stock and in sets also. It's a great introduction to someone who wants to start with a solid, built constructed piece that is very affordable. And this is also available in stainless steel and ceramic nonstick and open stock and sets. And then we still carry Swiss Diamond, our nonstick cookware, and this is really great nonstick cookware that is meant to last, and it is oven safe up to 500 degrees. And then I just want to remind people that Easter is next week, and we have beautiful Easter decor, linens, egg plates, lots of bunnies and chicks, and, of course, all the items you need to prepare your Easter dinner. And last but not least, I'm going to start hammering on this. If there's anyone who would like a flag this year for the hero banners that we put up on our main street in Woodsville, I do need you to have that to me by the end of April, because those will be going out. Actually, I need them by the 3rd week in April. Those will be going out, and it will probably be the only order we do this year. They put a lot of restrictions, and we now have to have 10 flags at a time. So I need people to get those into me, and if you're questioning what they're all about, just give me a call or stop by the store, and I have the paperwork right there for you.
A lot of great information, a lot of things happening in our communities. We really appreciate the update.
Thank you.
Enjoy the weekend. Happy Easter.
Happy Easter. Thank you so much.
Thank you much.
Bye-bye.
There you go. And not to confuse our listeners, Easter's not this weekend. It'll be coming up the next weekend, right? All right, there you have it. Updated look at the information from the party store and a fair to remember right there in Woodsville. We're going to take a break. We'll be talking with Kuba Kukowski from Cottage Hospital. Always mess up his last name. He'll correct me in a minute, so that's okay. As we take a break for a couple of minutes, we'll come back and we'll get information as to what's happening at Cottage Hospital right after these. Right. 8:39, as we have been promising all week long and all morning long, especially a conversation with Cottage Hospital. Find out what has been happening during the last few weeks, and also what's coming up this spring and summer.
Oh yeah.
Kuba is with us.
Morning, Steve. Always a pleasure.
Kuba.
Kukowski. Just how it reads.
Kukowski. Did I get that good? Kukowski?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Excellent.
Right on the money.
All right, Kuba. You've been in the Cottage how many years now?
Gosh, this is going on my third year, which is kind of crazy to think about that it's been that long. But it's been great, you know. I absolutely love it. I love the people I work with, and I love the things that we're able to do for the community.
Excellent. Yeah, we'll talk about your 5K coming up, but before we get there, some additional information you wanted to share with our listeners, or you want to go right to it? What's up?
Yeah, well, there's lots of things going on. Okay. So I wanted to just kind of go over some of the things that we have coming up. So I'd say the biggest one, April. A lot of people don't realize, but I know it was something I didn't know about until I started working at Cottage. So April is something called Donate Life Month. So for the listeners who don't know what that is, it's specifically about organ and tissue donation for people who need it. So the month of April is recognized by the National Donate Life Group and the one here in New Hampshire to kind of bring awareness to it, to kind of recognize the people who have made that decision, or the family members who've made that decision to help those people in need. So, you know, a lot of people don't realize what it is and how it works. So I'm sure people, when they go to the DMV, when you're getting your license or you're renewing it, there's that option where, you know, God forbid, what if something happened, and you know, you can mark on your license if you want to be a donor. So essentially, you know, we try to bring awareness to this. That this is something that that people do. That why it's important.
And additional information, I would assume, is available at Cottage Hospital from our representative
so if
there.
people visit our website, you know, we'll have some write-ups and some links to the official pages and things like that to talk about it. So if somebody wants to be involved, they want to learn a little bit more about what it means to become a donor, why people do it, but then more so the lives that it's impacted and saved on the other end. So every year during Donate Life Week, which is April 4th to April 11th. I know a lot of people don't know that this is
exactly.
We do a few things to kind of bring awareness to it. We do flag raising at the hospital, which the community is more than happy to join and learn more about. But we have people from our local community who've actually had either their life saved or one of their significant others or a family member has been a donor, come in and talk about it, why it was important to them, the impact that it's had on them, and you know, just bring awareness that this is something that you can do, and then, you know, obviously the lives that it's saved on the other end. People don't realize that there's a really long waiting list for all around the country, all around the world, for people who need some of these. I guess, for lack of a better word, you know, different organs and things like that to kind of to survive.
That's a good
Something's
description.
going on with them. very on the nose, I guess.
Yeah, well, you got to be there, right?
Yeah.
So Kuba, tell us about your role at Cottage Hospital.
Oh, sure. So I'm the community liaison, is my official title at Cottage Hospital. But aside from dealing with the community, I also put together all the events that we do for the hospital, the fundraising that we do for the hospital. So, you know, all the internal and external stuff. So, you know, if people reach out or they have questions, usually I'm the one that filters it and brings it to the different people that need to hear it. It is a lot. It keeps me busy. But it's allowed me to kind of get involved with the community on a much greater scale than I think most people have been able to. And I'd like to think we're making pretty great strides to bring awareness to all the things that we're doing at Cottage, and why having us here in Woodsville is a really, really beneficial thing for the local community.
Well, so important. Kuba's with us as we do this usually the final Friday of the month, and today is the 27th. So, yeah, the 1st of April will roll in this coming Wednesday. So some of the key initiatives or projects that you've been working on throughout the year, and some of the things that are coming up then, Kuba.
Sure.
Right?
Well, you know, like I said, I'd say the biggest thing are the events that we plan. Those are like the big initiatives that are on my plate. So we have our annual Which Way 5K coming up.
Yep.
We have thought about it and we've adjusted when we normally do it. Typically, we hold the event in the fall, but the fall is a really busy time for everybody. School is starting, high school, college, things like that. You have all the fall events, and then we also have our fundraising gala right around the same time. So having all these things kind of happen one after the next, and not having a giant team to kind of work with, it can be a lot.
Certainly.
And the biggest goal is, not to just have the event be successful on a fundraising standpoint, but we want it to be something that people want to go to, and they have a good time with it. So we wanted to make sure that we give each of the events enough time and focus so that way when people go, they have a good time, they enjoy it, and it's something that they want to be a part of the following year.
Right. So let's get into it a little bit more detail. Sixth annual Any Which Way 5K. It's going to be happening May 17th, 2026. Yes. Just a few weeks away at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I guess...
Month and a half?
Month and a half, yeah.
Let's call it that. All right, so give us the update.
Sure. So it's coming up. We have the registration has been open for a little bit over a month now, so the signups are coming in. For anybody listening, if you like to walk, you like to run, you don't have to compete. It's more of a fun thing to do. Right now, we moved it to the spring just because everyone's been cooped up inside all winter long, and what a great way to kind of get out, see some people from your community and stretch your legs. Yeah. So you don't have to race. Of course, we have that piece of it. So each of the different divisions for male and female. You can race against the people that are there. So by all means, if you're trying to go for a PR or you want a personal best, or if you want to see how you fare after the long, cold winter, then set some benchmarks for yourself and see where you're at. But if you just want to come out, support a great local organization and get involved with your local community, that is totally fine as well.
And kind of just a recap of the route.
Yes. Well, the event starts at the elementary school here in Woodsville. So off the top of my head, I don't remember the exact address. I think we have it on one of the flyers. It's most certainly on our website and the registration page. But the Woodsville Elementary School, we start there, and the runners take off from behind the school. They do a loop around the school, and then they go out.
We used to call it the dry bridge.
Okay. So the
and
dry
it was
bridge.
replaced a few years ago.
Okay.
It goes over the top of what used to be railroad tracks.
Yep. So
you kind of keep them off the main street as much as you can.
Well, yeah. Well, you have traffic and things like that. And, I guess fortunately or unfortunately, it's a major trucking route. So it's not like we can close the road down.
Does it end up down near the Legion and the covered bridge?
Yes. So it goes down that way, and you got to go... I think it's past the covered bridge. There's the other bridge that goes over the river. You go to the other side of the bridge.
Yeah.
We have a table there for the turnaround point, and then you turn around and you come back.
Okay. Ray Burton Bridge.
That's the one.
Okay.
I apologize to the listeners at home. I'm from Littleton. I am trying my best to learn all of the different roads and landmarks here in the Woodsville area. But I'm not here I don't drive them every day, so.
Yeah, there used to be, lack of a better word, another dry bridge down by DMP.
Okay.
Used to be one that went across to Woodsville High School, but now it's that. Whatever it is.
Okay.
Anyway, your route isn't part of that. Let's not get off track.
That's okay.
Here.
That's okay.
Kuba Kukowski.
That's me.
Is with us from Cottage Hospital. All right. So the 6th annual Any Which Way 5K. That's got a real.
I think that's why they renamed it because it just kind of rolls off the tongue.
It does, doesn't it?
And so just to kind of round things off, I guess, with the event for this year. The big thing that we are trying to raise money for, because the cause I think is the biggest piece of it. Yeah, it's a great event. You get to help out a local community, but why should you come out and be involved?
Just going to ask you that. So give us more details.
So our big initiative. So for those the people who have been paying attention, and for anybody I guess who hasn't. This will be an update, but if you visit our website and you follow us on social media, you've noticed that we did a renovation of our med-surg wing. So we renovated the wings, the patient rooms, made them bigger, so that way the patients who are there have we're able to they're able to rest and relax and recover in a much more comfortable space. They have more room to do everything. We did a fantastic job. All the credit I have to say to our awesome team there at Cottage for putting it all together. And so far the feedback that we have had is great. But being such a rural, smaller organization in a rural area, we need some extra help. And the next initiative that we'd like to do is to renovate our OR suite, so the operating room, all of our surgical capabilities, things like that. So that way we can make sure that not just now, but well into the future, we're able to provide the best possible care and allow patients to have the best possible results. So now, once you have the procedure done, you have the new patient rooms, we want to make sure that for the foreseeable future, we have all the best equipment, all the modern ways of doing certain things, where a lot of smaller places might be limited. We don't want to fall into that category. We're not anywhere close to that. We have no worries there. But obviously, medicine progresses, it changes. We want to make sure to update with the times. So It's a rather big endeavor. So it's not any small project, but we've been fortunate enough through our grant writing team that we just formulated a year and a half ago at the hospital to receive some grant money to help with this initiative.
Right.
But then you have the other piece of it where, we're allotted this amount, but the total project is going to cost a good amount more. So we're trying to find a way to meet that difference. We thought this would be a great way to be able to increase their capabilities and stay up with the times.
Yeah. All right. So this is the 6th annual Any Which Way 5K. It's coming up on May 17th, but you have some other activities that are going to be coming up in 2026 well. We could touch on those right now.
Sure. Well, it's going to be a big year. Of course, the summer is busy in the area. Right after the 5K, you have the 4th of July parade, which is always a great time. I got to say, I thought the one in Littleton was usually a pretty good parade, but then when I started working here and, we have our float and I experienced the parade from, Woodsville all the way over to Wells River. Gosh.
Yep. There you go. Right where we are
I
now.
know.
Yeah.
I got to say, I was taken back by the amount of people that are here, but just the size of the parade. I mean, it keeps going and going and going.
That's great.
So I got to say, it's a really neat thing to be a part of. So we have that coming up on the 4th. And then after that, my goal, as of right now, it looks like it's going to come together, but we got a couple pieces we're still waiting to finalize on. We'd love to do a community softball tournament with some of the local organizations. So that would be later in July is what we're looking at. Of course, final details and things like that are going to come out once we have all of that established. And then later on in the summer, we have the Goodbye Summer, Hello Fall event. The fair's coming up. That happens in August, if I remember correctly.
End of July, 1st of August,
Yep, so you have that coming up. We're going to be set up there. And then our big event in the fall is our annual gala. So this year, it's the Great Gatsby Benefit Ball. So it's going to be at the Mount Washington Hotel Ballroom.
Okay. So is this like a second or third year you're doing it there?
I believe it's the third, if not the fourth.
Yeah.
But they have.
So it seems to be working out good for you there.
Well, they've just been
big,
so great.
Yeah.
It's one of those things. Like the room there is, it's exquisite. The service there, the food there. So for us, it was a no-brainer. And being a nonprofit, and then working with them, they've been really great in supporting us.
Sure.
So I have to say it's hard to compete with the offer that they give us to hold the event there.
Does that pretty much kind of wrap up the year when you have your gala?
Well, I mean, we have some other smaller events. Yeah, exactly.
On.
But that's,
Santa Claus.
Yeah, that's so far down the line.
Yeah.
I don't want to bring it up now and then have people forget about it. So it'll come up. And then, I mean, I heard right before we came on, we have Donkey Ball coming up tomorrow here at the Haverhill Middle School, not at the Woodsville High School, the Haverhill Middle School. I'm just saying it like that.
Are you riding?
I heard you talking about it.
Are you there?
I'll be there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Are you kidding me?
Oh,
Because
you played basketball, didn't you?
I dabble here or there.
But you're going to be on a donkey.
It's a little different.
Yeah, you think?
It's actually no, it's very different. But
now you got to be careful unless you're into kissing donkeys, because you got to beg for their forgiveness.
Well, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm not ashamed to admit it. I made the mistake last year. I threw the ball across the court and it hit one of the donkeys.
Can't do that.
I realized that as soon as I was passing the ball, and the donkey that my coworker was on turned around and started going the other way, and I hit a different donkey. And so, they took me out to center court, and
Oh boy. All right, so Kuba is going to be helping Cottage Hospital tomorrow at the Haverhill Middle School. Donkey Ball is such an exciting event for the whole family.
I had never ridden a donkey before. I'd never heard of the event. And then after the first year that we went to it, I was hooked. And then, of course, you have the fire department who likes to talk smack with us.
Oh, boy.
So, we're putting a team together, and we're coming after them this year.
Hey. Kuba, we got a couple of minutes left. You wrap it up, our conversation here, leaving our community by giving them some final words of advice in regards to Cottage Hospital.
So one of the biggest things that I hear from people is, why should they care? Why should they be involved with a small hospital here in Woodsville? And it's one of those things that before I started working there, I kind of wondered the same thing. You have all of these ideas about healthcare, what it means, and access to it if you watch the news. But it's very different on a national scale than on a small local scale. The stories that we've had, especially over the last 2 years, coming in of the care that people have received, but then just the ability and the convenience that it's close to home. They don't have to travel 30 minutes to Littleton. They don't have to travel 45 minutes to Dartmouth. And in, some of the larger places, when you go down south, you have so many patients. I feel like sometimes it can be tough to receive the kind of care that maybe you'd want, whereas here we have a small and really dedicated team. So, on top of the care that you get, the convenience of it, being here right at home, it's, being able to serve the community. It's one of those things that I don't think people have realized. I think we've come to a turning point with why it's so important to have the hospital here. If for whatever reason anything ever happened in the future, you're competing with people for limited spots in some of these places. So here we have openings. You need something, you call, we get you in, and you're able to get the diagnosis, the care that you need, and then recover close to home. It doesn't put a huge damper in your regular schedule.
To your family and friends too. Yeah.
Exactly. If people want to come visit you. Yeah. So, if people have had a great experience, I've been trying to encourage our local community to reach out and share those positive experiences, whether it's you personally, a family member, a friend. We want to try to promote those things going forward. We want to share those stories so that way people realize the impact that we're having on people every day. And if you've had those stories, you've had that experience, some of these events like our 5K, it isn't a huge thing, but it's a really easy way to get involved, learn more about what we're doing. Definitely. And then be able to give back and help support us, At
Cottage Hospital.
At Cottage Hospital. Right. And being an employer, too, I think is another big part. We employ a lot of people, and our biggest goal is to now focus on the people here locally. We want to invest in the community, and we want to be able to be an organization that the community also feels like they should and they really want to invest in.
Listeners can go online to your website, cottagehospital.org, and get all the information.
It's all there. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram. We try to update people and update those things as best we can. If you have questions, you can always give us a call or send us an email, and more likely than not, I'll be responding back.
Excellent. Another update is coming up in a month.
Yes.
The final Friday of the month.
Final Friday of April.
Which will be on the heels of the 6th annual Any Which Way 5K.
Yes, May's a big month for us. We got Hospital Week, we got Nurses Week, so we'll be talking about all those things, why they're important, and what people can do to help show that they care.
Kuba, thank you.
Pleasure is all mine, Steve. Until
Kuba,
next time.
Kuba Kukowski from Cottage Hospital giving us an update as to what's happening locally at Cottage Hospital right here in Woodsville. We're getting ready to check out the latest news at the top of the hour.